Hello and welcome to Sports Buzz, your one-stop destination to all that's making news in the field of sports. In the next half an hour, we will keep a track of all the sporting updates from across the country and the world. In the show today, updates from badminton, Thomas Cup, Nations League football, SAF football, Indian Wells tennis, Turkish Grand Prix racing, IPL cricket, and a lot more of action. Stay tuned. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's get started with the headlines. In IPL action, Royal Challengers Bangalore clash with former champions Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL Eliminator clash at Sharjah today. Virat Kohli would aim to end things on a high in his last hurrah as RCB captain. Earlier in the first qualifier on Sunday, Chennai Super Kings entered the Indian Premier League final after beating Delhi Capitals by 4 wickets. Sai Praneeth, Kidambi Srikanth round up a perfect day as India thrashed Netherlands 5-0 in the ongoing Thomas Cup in Denmark. India to next face Tahiti on Tuesday. Lionel Messi makes history, becomes the first South American player to score 80 international goals as Argentina beat Uruguay in a FIFA World Cup qualifier. And world champions France lift the UEFA Nations League trophy, defeating Spain 2-1 at the San Siro Stadium in Milan, Italy, thanks to goals from Karim Benzema and Kylian Mbappe. Let's get started with our lead story. Well, it will be a test of Virat Kohli's tactical acumen against the high school demeanour of Ian Morgan when perennial underachievers Royal Challengers Bangalore clash with former champions Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL Eliminator at Sharjah today. Kohli, who has decided to step down from captaincy after this edition, has led RCB to the finals in 2016. Besides reaching the playoffs twice in 2015 and 2020, and he would like to end things on a high in his last hurrah as captain. Harshal Patel, who is the leading wicket taker in this year's IPL, is on the brink of breaking a huge record in the T20 League. The Royal Challengers Bangalore pacer, who has picked up 30 wickets in the ongoing season so far, is just 3 wickets away from breaking Dwayne Bravo's record of most wickets in a single IPL edition. Bravo had picked up 32 wickets in 2013 while representing Chennai Super Kings. For Morgan, it is about regaining the lost glory for KKR, a team which achieved great success under Gautam Gambhir, who had led them to 2 IPL titles in a space of 3 years in 2012 and 2014. Chennai Super Kings entered the Indian Premier League final after beating Delhi Capitals by 4 wickets in the first qualifier. CSK reached the target of 173 with 2 balls to spare, with captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni remaining not out on 18 of 6 deliveries. Rituraj Gaikwad top scored with a 50-ball 70, while Robin Uthappa contributed a 44-ball 63. Dhoni had been under pressure with his form for CSK in this year's IPL, average at best. Before this game, he had just 96 runs from 14 innings, but highly regarded for his calmness under pressure. Who better to have at the crease in this situation than Dhoni, needing 13 from 5 balls? Having just seen a lead dismissed from the first of the over, for Dhoni it was no big deal. Earlier, Prithvi Shaw top scored with a 34-ball 60, while captain Rishabh Pant and Shimron Hatmeyer contributed 51 not out and 37 respectively, after Delhi Capitals scored 172 for 5 after being invited to bat. Josh Hazelwood was the pick of CSK bowlers with figures of 2 for 29, while Ravindra Jadeja, Dwayne Bravo and Moeen Ali took a wicket apiece. This is the 9th time that CSK have entered IPL final, and Rituraj Gaikwad walked away with the Man of the Match trophy. So we are now joined by our correspondent Deepika Mehta to talk more about today's IPL Eliminator clash. Deepika, how crucial is it for RCB to win this match, considering their average record and performance at IPL over the years, and the fact that they've never lifted the IPL trophy so far?
Good evening, Tanvi. It's going to be a do or die situation for both the teams over here today in the eliminators round. We are standing at the eliminators round where whichever team loses today have to go back home. Either it could be KKR or it could be RCB. RCB, the fans would be even more emotional this time because after this, the T20 captaincy will be dropped by Virat Kohli and he would be focusing on the other formats. Coming back to today's match, the eliminator round at Sharjah Stadium. Sharjah is a tricky pitch. It favors the bowlers and the seamers. Sharjah, where both the teams will be playing their eliminator round, talking about the bowling position because Sharjah is a tricky pitch. The bowling lineup for both the teams looks comparatively strong. Both the teams are placed very strongly in their bowling lineup. However, Kolkata Knight Riders has an edge above when we talk about the batting lineup. If we talk about the head-to-head stats, Kolkata Knight Riders have so far won 15 matches in head-to-head league matches, whereas RCB has won 13 matches so far. Talking about both the teams, it's going to be again a do or die situation, but here RCB would be looking forward to a respectable win, whereas Kolkata would be looking forward to catch the lost glory for their team and of course their team owner Shah Rukh Khan this time because of other reasons that are surrounding the team owner and the franchisee.
True.
But again, coming back to the batting lineup, it's going to be a little worrisome for RCB because Kolkata Knight Riders is holding an edge above the RCB team, and that's all for today.
Okay. Thanks, Deepika, for joining us for the moment. And let me ask you one more question before I let you go, Deepika. Whatever may be the outcome of today's match, how will RCB reschedule its lineup once Virat Kohli steps down? Will the team struggle to find a new captain?
I don't think the team will struggle to find a new captain when we are talking about the T20 captaincy here, because in T20 formats, Virat Kohli has not been performing that great, and that was the reason why he has decided to step down from the T20 format captaincy overall. It's not just about IPL, but it's about other international and national tournaments as well, where Virat Kohli will not be playing. It is because of his playing performance that has come up in the past few cricketing events, and this is because of this reason solely that Virat Kohli will be stepping down. However, there are many other good options. Rohit Sharma is there, Rishabh Pant is there. We've got emerging cricketers this time, and we are getting really good performances from Kolkata Knight Riders. Few players as well. If we talk about particularly about Venkatesh Iyer and other cricketing stars who've been coming up off late, but Virat Kohli, once he steps down, it won't be a tough task for the entire decision makers to decide who is going to take the seat forward, who's going to take the legacy forward for the T20 captaincy in coming events.
Deepika Mehta there joining us from the newsroom talking about IPL's Eliminator clash. So all eyes on RCB, whether they make it to face CSK in the final. Moving on, now let's talk about Indian women's cricket team performance against Australia. The margin narrowed by those late blows, but Australia won by 14 runs to take the T20 International Series 2-0 and the multi-format series 11-5. But make no mistake though, the home side have been pushed hard over the last 3 weeks. That overall margin a bit harsh on India. A few moments here and there, a couple of close calls, a little lack of experience, and some poor fielding made the difference. It is worth saying though that Australia have performed well thanks to Megan Schutt, Jess Jonasson, plus Rachel Hines since the last pink ball test match the two countries played against each other. Next in Sports Buzz, let's talk about the stunning achievement of our badminton men's team. Indian badminton team won the opening tie against Netherlands by 5-0 at the ongoing Thomas Cup. Kidambi Shrikant beat Jorgen Quickel 21-12, 21-14 in a men's singles clash on October 10th. Before that, duo of Satvik Sairaj Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty defeated Dutch pair of Ruben Gillet and Thais van der Leck 21-19, 21-12. This handed India a 2-0 advantage. B. Sai Praneeth then demolished Robin Messmann 21-4, 21-12 in 27 minutes in second singles match to give India an unassailable 3-0 lead. Then M.R. Arjun and Dhruv Kapila defeated Andy Buick and Brian Vassink 21-12, 21-13 in the second doubles tie before Samir Verma made the clean sweep, beating Gijis Dujis 21-6, 21-11 in the third and final singles match. In the ongoing Thomas Cup underway at Denmark, India grouped alongside defending champions China, the Netherlands and Tahiti in Group C. In total, 16 teams have been divided into 4 groups. And India will be next up against Tahiti on 12th of October, that's tomorrow, and could seal their place in the quarterfinals with a victory. Shifting gears in sports buzz now to the much-loved sport of football. Talismanic Indian captain Sunil Chhetri equalled the legendary Pele's record with his 77th international goal as his 83rd minute strike helped India beat Nepal 1-0 and saved his side from the verge of elimination in the SAF Championships on Sunday. 7-time champions India are now at the 3rd spot with 5 points from 3 matches in the 5-team table, below Maldives and Nepal, who have 6 points from 3 matches respectively. India will still need to win their final round-robin league match on Wednesday against hosts Maldives if they have to make it to the 16th October final. The 37-year-old Chhetri, playing in his 123rd match for India, struck a late goal to place himself on even keel with the Brazilian great Pelé. He is now on joint 3rd position with UAE's Ali Makbout in the list of highest scorers among active footballers, behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. So a great feat for our Sunil Chhetri to be in that top league. And abroad in the UEFA Nations League final, Kylian Mbappe fired a contentious winner as France came from behind to beat Spain 2-1 and become the 2nd team to win the Nations League. Mbappe was adjudged to be onside when he slid the ball under Unai Simon. Spain had taken the lead through Mikel in the second half, but Karim Benzema's stunning equalizer leveled things at Milan's San Siro. French keeper Lloris produced 2 late saves to ensure victory for the world champions. He first denied Oyarzabal before acrobatically keeping out Yeremy Pino's effort in stoppage time as France became the competition's 2nd winners after Portugal in 2019. Mbappe's winner will prove to be a moment of debate, however, with the goal standing even though the Paris Saint-Germain striker was in an offside position when Theo Hernandez played the initial through ball. France, who reached the final by coming 2-0 down to beat neighbours Belgium 3-2 on Thursday, had to fight back again and did so in a game that came alive after an hour of technical but sedate action. Didier Deschamps' side resilience was on full display again as Benzema cut in on his right foot to curl the ball over Simon less than 2 minutes after Oyarzabal's opener for Spain. And French football coach Didier Deschamps is all praise and said that his side lacked confidence before the start of the tournament, but they bounced back at the right time. He also praised Karim Benzema for his stunning goal against Spain.
The greatest remedy and tonic is, of course, to win matches, but we didn't necessarily lose confidence. If we did lose confidence in those games, I wouldn't necessarily be here in Milan to actually play in the finals first and foremost. We certainly wouldn't have won the Nations League if there was lack of confidence. Yes, Karim is a crucial player and he has proven over the course of these 2 matches that he has a very obvious talent. It's there for all to see and he is really kicked on from what he has been showing at club level with Real Madrid. He's got that desperate will to win and he is here exactly to do that, and he communicates a great deal with his teammates. So I am very happy for everyone, but I am very happy for him. He needed that. He's not going to play another 4 or 5 competition at international level. How much have we won this week? I don't know, but I know that we were able to win against European champions and play at almost an even level with the world champions. So for the players and the team, that is all good. Of course, it will be every time more difficult for me to make my next squad selection, and that's good for me, for us. The important thing is that the team maintains their personality and the will to win. Well, as usual, no matter who we are playing against, Spain will always play their game. We can play better or worse, that's normal, of course. But I think that all the fans would agree that Spain always plays the same way.
So both the coaches of France and Spain addressing post-match press conferences there. And next, in the race to the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, Lionel Messi became the first South American to score 80 international goals as his Argentinian side beat Uruguay in World Cup qualifier. Captain Messi opened the scoring for his side with a floated cross that somehow evaded the goalkeeper. Rodrigo de Paul doubled Argentina's lead before halftime, with Loreto Martinez adding a third after the break. Argentina are now 24 games unbeaten, and their latest win keeps up the pressure on Brazil in South America's World Cup qualifying group. The victory narrows the gap between Brazil and second-placed Argentina at the top of the 10-team group to 6 points after Brazil drew 0-0 with Colombia earlier on Sunday. Still with football, is Mohamed Salah the best player in the world right now? The Liverpool star has made an electric start to the new season, further cementing his Anfield legacy while potentially reaching new heights globally. Already this season, he has 9 goals and 3 assists. Ronaldo, if we do wish to compare, has 5 goals, while Messi has only contributed that stunning strike against Manchester City since his move to Paris Saint-Germain. Salah is currently on a scoring run of 7 consecutive matches. Details on his form in our next report.
Since signing for Liverpool in June 2017, Mohamed Salah has scored some sensational goals. But his stunning solo effort in the 2-2 draw against Man City will be remembered for many years to come. In the 76th minute of the marquee clash at Anfield, the 29-year-old danced his way through the City defence before smashing the ball past keeper Ederson. The goal cemented his status as one of the world's finest footballers, and it could quite possibly go down as one of the Premier League's all-time great goals. During the encounter between the title rivals, Salah showed his class to set up Sadio Mane for Liverpool's opener on 59 minutes. His wonder goal, either side of the City's equaliser by Phil Foden and Kevin De Bruyne, was worthy of winning any match. After the thrilling draw, Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp gave his verdict on Salah's individual brilliance. Only the best players in the world score goal like this. The first touch, the first challenge he wins, then going there, putting it on the right foot and then finishing the situation off like he did. Absolutely exceptional. Nicknamed the Egyptian King by Klopp, Salah has netted 9 goals in 9 games so far this season and is currently on a scoring run of 7 consecutive matches. A Premier League, a Champions League winner with Liverpool, his record for Reds now reads 134 goals and 50 assists in 212 appearances. He has won 2 Golden Boots, a PFA Player of the Year award, the Champions League, Premier League, European Super Cup and Club World Cup. His 4 completed seasons at Anfield have seen him finish with 44 goals, 27, 23 and 31 goals. He has missed only 7 league games in that time. It is Salah's presence over all others which make Liverpool contenders for the top honours this season. Salah's goals last season were worth 17 points to Liverpool, and he has started this season in a similar vein. Already he has scored against both Chelsea and Man City and netted the opener against Leeds United. In Champions League, he grabbed the equaliser against AC Milan and the all-important first goal away in Porto. In terms of European goal scorer for Liverpool, only Steven Gerrard sits above him. Salah's name rings out at each and every game, home and away. No player sells more shirts in club shops. No player is more in demand when it comes to autographs or selfies with supporters. Fans are desperate for him to sign a new contract, with his current deal heading towards his final 18 months. Sports Desk, DD India.
The Egyptian king, Mohamed Salah, credited to be one among the best in the football arena at the moment. Next, updates from the world of tennis now. Andy Murray defeated highly rated Spanish teenager Carlos Alcaraz 5-7, 6-3, 6-2 to reach the third round at the Indian Wells. Murray raced into a 3-0 lead but was pegged back to 4-4, and after failing to take a set point on the Alcaraz serve at 5-4, lost the opening set. But he levelled at 1 set all, even serving underarm at 1 point. Murray, 34, broke twice in the decider on the way to taking a captivating match against the 18-year-old in 3 hours and 3 minutes. The victory will provide Murray, who is 121st in the men's rankings right now, with plenty of encouragement as he continues his latest comeback after 4 disrupted years following a major hip injury. He will play third seed Alexander Zverev in the next round after the German defeated American Jensen Brooks by 6-4, 3-6, 6-1. And now let's talk about racing. Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas claimed his first checkered flag of the season to win the Turkish Grand Prix as Max Verstappen reclaimed the lead in the title race. The Red Bull driver finished second to take a 6-point lead in the championship ahead of Bottas' teammate Lewis Hamilton, who finished 5th, voicing frustration with team strategy. Sergio Perez in the other Red Bull took third, with Ferrari's Charles Leclerc in 4th position. Although the rain eased by the start of the race, the wet conditions prevailed throughout, making the tactics around tyres and the timing of pit stops all the more important. Bottas began from pole, avoiding a tangle between Pierre Gasly and Fernando Alonso on the opening lap, and led until pitting on the 38th lap of the 58-lap race. That gave Leclerc the lead, but as his tyres faded, so did his pace, and the Finn soon reclaimed the lead, going on to take his 11th Grand Prix win and his first win since Russia over a year ago. And time now in Sports Buzz to take a quick look of the headlines we are tracking at this hour. In IPL action, Royal Challengers Bangalore clash with former champions Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL Eliminator at Sharjah today. Virat Kohli would aim to end things on a high in his last hurrah as RCB captain. Earlier in the first qualifier on Sunday, Chennai Super Kings entered the IPL final after beating Delhi Capitals by 4 wickets. Sai Praneeth, Kidambi Srikanth round up a perfect day as India thrashed Netherlands 5-0 in the ongoing Thomas Cup in Aarhus, Denmark. India to next face Tahiti on Tuesday. Lionel Messi makes history, becomes the first South American player to score 80 international goals as Argentina beat Uruguay in a FIFA World Cup qualifier. And world champions France lift the UEFA Nations League trophy, defeating Spain 2-1 at the San Siro Stadium in Milan, Italy, thanks to goals from Karim Benzema and Kylian Mbappe. So that is it in this edition of Sports Buzz. We'll be back tomorrow same time with all the sporting action and of course the latest Sports Buzz. So until we meet again, it's goodbye from all of us here. Do take very good care of yourself. Namaskar.